Alright, hey guys, what's up? It's Mackenzie Criswell here with another new video. Today, we're again taking a look at stuff that I use every day. It's a Monday morning, so that's what we're always doing. Well, for the past couple of weeks. Anyways, today, we're taking a look at another app that is used for unlocking MAKC using a phone. And I thought that I had found the best app for this purpose, and I made a video about it. It was one of the first of this kind of series of videos that I made. The app was called MAKC, and it works really well. It's a great option, but I think that I found a better option, and there's a couple of reasons that I think that's the case, and I'll get into that later in the video. But for right now, we're just going to take a look at how it works and getting it up and running. So here is kind of the dashboard for the app. It lives in the menu as you might expect. And there's a couple of things here. You can see we get a distance monitor here from the actual iPhone that I have connected to the app. And as I'm moving it closer and farther away from my computer, it's figuring that out and knowing how far away we are. Like all of these styles of apps, there's basically two things that you're going to want, and that they all do very well for the most part. And that is, the first is a almost dropped my phone. The first is a proximity lock mechanism, I guess, and some call it geofencing or something like that. But the idea is when you walk away from your Mac, it locks up. Either goes to sleep or goes to the screensaver, and then whenever you walk back up, it knows your phone is there, it knows your Mac is there, and it unlocks it. And so just a super convenient way to have things set up, and pretty secure. It ties in the security of your Mac with the security of your phone, which, if you follow news, is apparently pretty damn good. But the second thing that all of these apps have is a hardwired physical unlock button, or most of the apps tied in with the Touch ID features on phones, but the idea is you can physically push a button or into your fingerprint and then unlock the phone. And I just opened up my phone, and we get some more controls here, as you can see, basically for distance and whatnot. But anyways, let's go ahead and actually uninstall this app, and then take a look at getting it installed and getting everything set up. So I'm going to go ahead and close it on my phone, and I'm going to first, well, I accidentally put it to sleep, but you can see here, this is what it looks like at a screensaver. When my phone is ready, it lets me know that the thing is there, and I didn't push any buttons. It just registered that my phone was within proximity of my Mac and automatically unlocked. But what I wanted to do is I want to unpair my Mac. It works via Bluetooth, not Wi-Fi, so you don't have to worry about that. And you can see it's already picking up my phone again, but I'm going to close the app there. I'm going to exit out of this menu, and then I want to come up here, and I also want to just make sure that my phone is not hooked up. Okay, it is not. And so what I'll do is hit this power button here, and that will close the app. And then I will also, just get rid of it. Okay, so basically the way that it works is Nearlock has a great website that you can go to and read up all about the app, read about what it does. They've got a little video you can watch, but there's no need to do that. The whole point of this video is so you don't have to read this. So what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and hit download in the Mac app. If you're on your iPhone, just head over to the App Store, go ahead and download it. There also is an Apple Watch app, so if that's something you're interested in, be sure to check that out. And it's a very small file. It takes just a couple of seconds to download. It's 7 megabytes. Anyways, I've already gone ahead and downloaded it. So anyways, go ahead and open that up, and then close out of this window. Okay, and so we get a nice little menu here, and it's pretty simple. Just drag the app into your app folder and give it a second to copy over. Did it just happen? Okay, yeah, it did. And then we'll just unmount this download, and you can delete that file that you downloaded if you want, because here it is in your app drawer. Again, I did mention this, I think, in one video, but people have asked about this a lot. So to get the app on the applications folder on the dock here, I'll go ahead and drag mine off. You just want to open up the Finder, grab that applications section, and drag it right onto the dock. It's actually super simple. Whoop. I messed it up. And I've actually seen a few websites telling you code to write into the terminal to have this live here, but really it's as simple as just dragging it onto the dock. So I guess I answered that question again. Anyways, let's go ahead and fire up the Near app, or Near Lock app. It'll of course give you the warning to say, do you want to open this up? And if that is not the case, what you may need to do here in your applications folder is head over to security and privacy in the system settings and go ahead and log yourself in. Of course, NearLock will also let you enter the password this way, but I don't have it hooked up right now, so I can't. So I'll have to enter my password this way. But that is another feature of most of these apps, and NearLock as well, is that when an app is requesting permissions from your computer, you can also set it to do that. But anyways, once you have this unlocked, what you want to do is just change the allow apps setting to be set to anywhere, and that will allow you to install these apps. So anyways, we'll go ahead and click open, and it fired up a little window and then just went right to its natural place in the menu bar up here. So what we'll go ahead and do is I'll click this add new device, and we'll get our window, and we're going to be swapping back and forth from the phone here. I probably already have been, so you know that. But anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and open up the NearLock app on my phone. Alright, so we have it downloaded now. You can see it here on the home screen, right back next to the worst app in the world. And when we open it up, it's going to automatically start searching for my computer, my Mac. And we are, of course, going to be switching back and forth between the Mac and the iPhone screen. But for right now, we'll go ahead and start up the app. Okay, there it goes. If it's not connecting quite the way that it should be, you can reset the Bluetooth, but it should connect no problem. There mine went, so I'll just go ahead and click accept, and then it will give us a phone menu. Anyways, you're going to want to put in your Mac password. I'm blurring mine out because I'm not insane. But you're going to want to go ahead and log in. Okay, and we got a connection successful menu. Alright, looks good. Okay, connection successful. Awesome. Oh, pro version. I guess we can restore this. We'll actually do it later. But anyways, there's no need to actually grab the pro version unless you just want it, because all the pro version actually does is allow background unlocking and locking, which means that your app doesn't have to be in the front of your phone, or it doesn't need to be open and the main app running. It can just be open in the background, and it will do all the features will work correctly. So I definitely do recommend grabbing the pro version, if nothing else, just to support the app, because it's awesome. But this is, again, what I guess pushes it over the top, is you don't need it. Anyways, if we just go ahead and just tap on the Mac logo here, this is my Mac Mini that I'm working with. What we get is just some settings, and basically if we flip this near lock, what this will do is toggle the proximity lock and unlock. For whatever reason, it's not automatically toggled, even though that's the name of the app. The way I understand, the physical unlocking wasn't added until later. But once you have that set up, we'll click in here again to get back to the settings. The only other setting is just a distance slider. This is a super simple app, and if we go ahead and try to adjust the distance here, you can see basically how it works. You have a circle, and you can basically bring it really to any distance. It'll show you what your current distance is, so you can walk to wherever you want it to shut off at, and then just set the distance to that point. It is actually pretty accurate. I have noticed at a farther away distance, it's actually pretty close. Good. You can see here it says I'm about 2 feet away from my Mac, which I am. I'm sitting at my desk, and if I go ahead and try to get closer, okay, it said 5 inches, and then it went back to like a foot, and I'm basically holding this right up to my Mac, so it's not super accurate that way, but if you start to walk away, it will lock and unlock when you come back into the room. It's accurate enough to tell that. It's not, but it is important to realize it is not super accurate. And I would recommend just making the distance larger than what you want. But basically, then if we hold down on this app, it's going to put our computer to sleep. Or I have it set to start the screensaver. So and then we'll hold down again, and it will unlock. Okay, so we have everything set up on the iPhone now, and once again, I'm just gonna lock the Mac, and and then let it unlock itself here in a second. It is usually smart enough to figure it out. So let's just take a look at some of the, I guess, more advanced settings that are available here in the desktop drawer. So if we go ahead and hit the settings, we'll just go over a few of them. Of course, the first place you want to look is updates, and make sure you have automatically update the Mac version checked. When these kind of apps update, they have to update both on the iOS and the Mac version for the new features coming through. So you definitely want to make sure you have that set to update. And then of course there's just a help menu and a share menu down here at the bottom. And then we have a button to unpair phones. But from there on, it's pretty straightforward. The first is setup, and that is just to set up the near lock and the lock when you leave the Mac. And as long as you have both of these checked, it will lock and unlock based on your proximity to your computer. Of course, the automatically lock when I approach is what will be set by default, but there is an added layer of security that they give you, and that is to have to confirm with your phone. So when you walk up to your computer, it'll give you a notification. If you have the Pro mode, it's running in the background, so it'll give you a notification, and it will ask you to either physically push a yes or no button on the phone to unlock, or to enter your fingerprint to unlock your Mac. So an added layer of security there if you feel like you need it or you just want it. And then down here what we have is an option to either put it to lock the computer by putting it to sleep or sending it to the screensaver. Completely up to you. And then just a few more advanced settings, and these are all just kind of extra. A few of these don't even really seem to make any sense, but one you'll definitely want to keep checked is to start this app on with the startup of your Mac. I believe the first time you start up your computer, you always do have to put in the password manually, but then once you've logged in once, you can use the app fully. We have an unlock after I press any key button. What this does is when your phone's in range of your Mac, you push any key on the computer and it unlocks. And I really just can't think of a scenario in which this makes any sense. But if you can and you want to use it, go for it, I guess. And then, of course, there's a lock your computer when the iPhone disconnects. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. Bluetooth is still a little fickle, depending on where you are, depending on which devices you're using. So connection can drop for any number of reasons, and what that will do is whenever it loses connection from your phone, it'll just lock your Mac. So highly don't recommend using that option. Pause audio when Mac is locked. You can check that. That'll just shut off anything that's playing whenever your Mac is locked. If you're watching a movie, listening to some music, something like that, it will go ahead and pause that when your computer is locked. There's also an option to allow closer distances here, and if we click this, what this will do is give us a little more control over just how close we can lock and unlock the Mac from. So from a matter of feet or inches, maybe even, we can set the distances. And we're connected now, and you can see my distance is set to about 5 feet. But with this unlocked, we can go as low as 2 feet here as the unlocking distance with that allowed. And then finally, just the final setting is just a few more notification settings, and these will control what notifications you get, and then an option to show unlock history. If you click this, you get a little window, a text edit window with a log of all the times that your Mac has been locked and unlocked. So with using this application, so if you're worried about security, just a little paranoid, They got you covered. And then the final setting is just an option to clear your Bluetooth cache, just to help you connect up phones if you're having trouble with that. But that's really about it. This is super simple, and it's really hard to put a value on these kinds of apps because when they work well, you'll never notice they're working. What I mean by that is when this app is working, I'm going to walk away from my Mac, it's going to lock, I'm going to come back up and it's going to unlock. And so when I get into that routine, I'm never going to realize how much, what this app is powering. And in this case, the Pro version is $4. But this is actually the first reason why I think this is the best app out there for this job. It's a very niche job. There aren't a ton of people that want to do this, but that's probably because there aren't a ton of people that know that there's a capability. But the Pro version is not necessary for this app. Most of the apps out there like this, like MAKC, for example, the desktop app is free, but you have to pay $4 just to get the iOS app. And there's a number of other apps out there that you really do have to pay a certain amount of money to get the features that you need. Again, that hardly feels like a complaint. But literally all that the Pro version of this app does is unlocks a background mode and allows everything to happen in the background without notifying you, without having you physically push buttons. And that's what you want. I definitely bought the Pro version because that's it's a great way to support the app, and also that's a kick-ass feature. But it's certainly not necessary, and so I think that pushes it over the edge. The second reason, it's just the best functioning. I've had a few connection issues with almost all of the other apps, and I'm kind of peeking around the corner as I leave my room, making sure that the Mac locked. You do get a notification. You can set it to give you a notification from most of these apps when your Mac is actually locked, and that'll take care of your worries. But this is by far the most seamless. Near lock works the best. And then finally, the third reason is just a design. You cannot over-exaggerate how important a good app design is, and it actually feels kind of shoddy to make that a reason why this is better than another app. But it is. It just looks great, and when you pull it out and someone sees it, they're like, "Whoa, damn, what is that?" That's a good feeling. Anyways, that's been about it for this video. If you like this video, please feel free to check out more on my channel, youtube.com/MAKC. Well, actually, I don't have to say that anymore. You may have noticed I implemented a new social media scrolling wheel that will be rolling now and was rolling at the beginning of the video. Again, those will give you short links to all social media, YouTube, Vimeo, all that kind of stuff. You can check out all of my stuff there, or as always, on my website at MAKC.co. There'll be a card. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.